All right, so after the Sport Compact World Challenge, I decided that I'm gonna take the Start-It to the dyno. So a lot of guys wonder, why would I do that? I'm just curious, you know, and for data, for my reference to have, for HPT to have, I'm really curious to see how much power we are making with the 7880 HPT turbo. So the car still sits here all together after the race. I was going to tear it apart and look at some things, but I decided, since it sits in the exact race form that we raced it, I figured why not take it to the dyno and see what it makes for power. We know at the track we were limited, and like I told the guys, I told Ricky, I feel like when I started to turn the power up past like 40 pounds of boost, I never really saw big gains that I expected to. So I don't know, I'm curious to see what it makes. I'm probably gonna dyno at about 50 pounds because I think after that we really didn't make much more power. So when we originally dynoed the car, every 5 pounds of boost was basically giving 100 horsepower. So we started at about 15, 16 pounds, we went up to 20, 21, you know, 25, 30, 35, etc. And every 5 pounds of boost was basically yielding 100 horsepower. So I don't know at what point it was going to fall off. It was on a good path to keep going, but at that point we really didn't want to push it too much because we didn't really have any track time with it. So I figured when we dynoed it that time, look, let's stop at 35 or 40, whatever. Let's go to the track and we'll just turn it up at the track. So now that we've raced and we got a bunch of runs on this motor, I think it'll be cool to see what it makes for power. I'm actually driving up to Jacksonville to go to Stage 6 Motorsports. Dwight is gonna accommodate me to get me in there to dyno. Kind of far, but I get to see my buddies over at 904 Motorsports also. And yeah, see what it makes, man. It'll be good content for everybody just to see, you know, what kind of power we're making with this turbo. Whenever we do decide to either upgrade the turbo, or on my car I put a bigger turbo, curious to see what it makes for power then. So again, it's just good reference to have, good numbers. I could relay the information back to HPT. We know what back pressure is and all that. So just a lot of good data to have. So let's load up and hit the road. All right, guys, I'm loaded up. It's actually 6 in the morning right now. Been driving for a little bit, heading to Dwight's over at Stage 6 Motorsports. I got the car loaded up. Everything's good. So far, so good. We get there hopefully about 8:30, 8:45. And we'll get this thing strapped up, man, and see what she could do at what boost. And basically, you know, going from 50 to 55, I don't think it's going to make much more power because we saw it at the racetrack. But either way, it's just good data and seeing what this thing can do as far as, you know, 3sgte, fuel we run, and then the kind of boost we ran at the track for the Sport Compact Challenge. So I'm sure you guys will like it. See what this, you know, always good to have good horsepower numbers out there. So keep on going on our drive, and we'll get there soon. Check this out. What the heck? Something's coming apart there. Yeah, so as I'm driving, all of a sudden I look up and I see these sparks in the sky, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I caught it, that you saw there, but you can't really see there. There's a little puff of white smoke, and there's a streak going all the way across. I don't know if you can see the streak that way also. So some satellite came apart, or see the streaks going that way. Let's see, hold on, see if this tree line clears up. But dude, that was crazy. I don't know if you can see it in the video. That white streak right there was the same streak as it shot across the sky, going all the way that way, dude. That was wild. So I don't know, I'm gonna look it up and see what came apart. I'm sure it's on online somewhere. Hopefully I could get some kind of information about it. All right, guys, we made it safe and sound. Pulling up, it is 8:48. We did really good timing. Coming up here, it's pretty cool. You take some of the back streets and then you hit the highway. It's not bad at all. But there's the white shop right there, Stage 6 Motorsports. Anybody in Jacksonville need a dyno car, he's the man. And let's get this thing unloaded and see what he wants me to do. Got the car out the trailer. Dwight's hooking it up, and we are almost ready to go. Got Dwight working hard over there. I got the 904 boys in the house.
Yo, yo, yo.
Danny, Dave, Dwight.
What's going on?
Yes, sir. See what this old girl could do with this little 7880. What do we think?
Huh?
How much?
I'm gonna say 1050.
1050. Damn. Dave, how much?
1142.
All right. Dwight, how much you think with that turbo?
What boost are you running? That's the question.
50, 55?
Around 1100.
1100. All right, let's see what it does.
Looking up the
All right, that was 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
50 pounds.
How many?
50 pounds. 910. What the hell?
You want to check tire pressure again?
Yeah.
A couple of them.
All right, so we had a boost leak. Dwight took some hoses off of his car and clamps to give us.
Flat at speed density.
So we got a double clamp in there going on now. Uh oh, everybody safe over there? So we only made 910 at 50 pounds. So let's see what happens now when we go again.
Yeah, 8 horsepower.
Here goes your coil, Harry. Let's see what it does. All right, last run, guys. Here we go.
I don't want you to. Let me see.
You find them?
Don't want to miss a
You gonna sit on them?
They're probably under here somewhere. It's all right. Maybe I am sitting on them. Oh, look, I got them.
Nice.
Oh, jeez. All right, last run. We're trying to figure this thing out, but boy, it ain't easy. Here we go. All right, so we came here with a shitty, I'm sorry. All right, so we came here with a crappy 910. So this was the run right after the 910?
No, this is actually the last time you were here. Let me clear that out.
So this was when we dynoed the first time, like a year ago.
Yeah, this was the very first pull today.
Okay, there you go. So that's run number 1, 910.
We're at run number 5 today.
Okay, what was the run before that? The 980. There we go.
Yep.
So we put, first of all, we put a coil in the car. So let me go back here to show you guys what we did. After we saw the car was kind of not making the power we wanted, we put this coil in it. Harry told me get rid of that coil. It's old. Try this new HVC coil, which we did. It picked up 50 horse just from that. And then we tried some different plugs. Those plugs actually, this was the run before at 52 pounds. And look how much the power fell off. We put back the old plugs and it carried the power that much further out. And look at this point here, it's almost 100 horse, damn.
And that's after regapping the new plugs.
Yeah, the new plugs too.
Yeah.
So we peaked out at, you can see here, 1,029. The run before with the older plugs at 52 pounds was 980. This run was at 53, but still, I mean, it's a big difference. So we think we're still getting way too much back pressure, which why the motor won't carry. Normally it used to carry RPM all the way out and power all the way out, which it isn't doing now. So we're gonna do one more run on a wastegate spring to see what the torque curve or the power curve looks like. See what happens there. All right, so last pass we just did, we did it at 20 pounds of boost just to see if it would fall off. This was the last run. This was 20 pounds, the green run, and you can see how the motor wants to carry RPM pretty much all the way out. Where here, it just falls off, which seems like it's turbo efficiency, but either way, I mean, we made almost 100 horsepower more. Actually over 100 horsepower, 120 horsepower, 110 horsepower, so. Look over the motor, see if we see something that might not be happy and go from there. All right, guys, so there you go, man. You know, we had a good run at it at the dyno. To say I was a little disappointed, yes. I expected a little bit more of a power number, but again, I don't want to sound greedy about it, you know. Every run was a learning lesson. We did have a boost leak again that we have to fix. So we're gonna take care of that for sure, because we know that was an issue. All that does is whenever you have a boost leak, it will spike back pressure as well, because obviously the turbo is working harder, trying to meet what you're asking for it at the engine, and it just creates more back pressure in the exhaust because the boost isn't actually reaching the motor on the cold side. So you're overspeeding the turbo basically. So good thing we found that. Coil was another big thing that we found. Like I showed you guys, spark plugs was something else that I would have never thought. We tried a different plug and it did not like that as well. So a lot of good things that we found. What I'm gonna do now is actually do a compression check on the motor. I've never done it. I don't really do them because normally after a race, we, you know, check the motor, go through it, you know, check the valve train, check everything, take it apart just to make sure everything is happy. But since the motor's still in the car, I figured why not do a compression check on it. So we're gonna do a little health check just to see if everything looks good, do a compression check, like I said, check valve clearance, and I'll do a compression check for you guys right now. I'm gonna warm the motor up real quick and see what numbers it puts out. Make sure that they're all consistent so with each other. So that'll be a good test. And then from there, we'll see where we go from this, you know? So let's do a compression check real quick and go from there. All right, warmed it up. I'm gonna get the plugs out of it now. And then we'll go from there and see what numbers we get. Really curious to see what numbers it puts up. Maybe we do have a leaky exhaust valve or something, and this might tell us, but good information nonetheless. All right, plugs are out. Let's pump number one, see what we get. I really have no idea. Like I said, I've never done this, so I'm really curious. I think in the 150 area, but we'll find out. We don't run a lot of compression plus cam overlap and all that makes a big difference. So let's see what we get, number 1. I haven't used this gauge in, God, I don't even know how long. All right, let's see. Number 1, 165. All right. 165 for number 1. All right, checking number 2 now. 165, number 1. Let's see what number 2 is. Okay. $160, like 2 or 3 for number 2. All right, going to number 3 now. I did see on the dyno where number 3 was leaner, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see if we see something here with that. Nope, on the money. Number 3 actually got the most, about 168. Yep, right about 167, I'd say. All right, number 4, last one. All right. Hey, number 4 is down a little bit. 155, 152. So, but even then, that's not enough to make a difference. So I repumped number 4 again. I actually got about 157. I don't know if I pushed the throttle down all the way or didn't turn it as many times, but it did come up a little bit. So we'll call it that. 156, right around there. All right, guys, so there you have it. Haven't done a compression check in probably the last 10 years, but I figured it was worth sampling after the dyno just to have some more data as far as what the engine is dealing with, or if it was unhappy in any way. I didn't think so because, again, on the dyno, we added 2 pounds of boost. It made 30 horse, and that was already with the boost kind of high. So that kind of tells you that the motor's kind of happy. Also tells you the turbo doesn't seem too upset either. We also added 3 more pounds of boost after that, and it made another 50 horse. So that's pretty good considering. Just I think what ends up happening is after a certain number, the back pressure is kind of limiting us to, you know, as far as how high the motor wants to rev, because this thing I know can go all of 10,000, 10,200, which it doesn't want to do now. So either way, I thought it was good data to show you guys, good information again that we got from the combination, and we're gonna do something hopefully here. We'll see if we could, put a plan together, and I will keep you guys in the loop as far as what happens next. So thanks for watching, everybody. Again, take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Bye.